Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civey, and today I'm going to answer the question, what is Plenum Return? Most of my drawings of HVAC systems have looked something like this. So we have an air handler with a fan, heating coil, cooling coil. Then the discharge of the air handler is ducted to a supply diffuser, clearly not to scale. And then you have a return over here that's ducted into the return side of the air handler. So the supply's here, the return's here. But that's not how it always works. So let me move this out of the way. So this is a ducted return system up here. So let's down here, let's draw another air handler. Again, our fan, our coils, and we'll duct to our supply diffuser. But what you'll see is that the return is just sitting in the ceiling and it's not ducted to the air handler. This is called Plenum Return. So in the ducted system, the supply air is ducted to the diffusers, and the return air comes up the return and is ducted to the return side of the air handler. But in Plenum Return, again, the supply air is ducted to the supply diffuser, but the return air just goes into the open ceiling plenum. So basically it moves freely in this whole plenum space. There are a couple benefits to using Plenum Return. Plenum Return has less duct work, so it costs you less to install and there's less material. And there's also less stuff in the ceiling to interfere with the other stuff in the ceiling, like the lights and the plumbing. The large open plenum also has a lower pressure drop than ductwork, so the fan energy costs are also reduced. And make a little bit more room here. Plenum return systems require less balancing. It's a huge plenum after all, so you can't really balance it up there. Now on the flip side, there are some negatives. Indoor air quality concerns are probably one of the biggest negatives. Any particles in the plenum space can end up in the return air system, or if the plenum space is humid, there could actually be mold concerns as well. For this reason, some building codes restrict the use of plenum return in certain buildings and applications like healthcare. Also, if the building has full height slab-to-slab walls, which are often used for noise concerns, maybe like in a conference room, you'll have to use an air transfer boot to allow return air to move between the spaces. So if we go back up to our ceiling, let's say there's a space over here that is completely separated slab to slab. You have to put in some sort of way for the air to move from this space into the ceiling plenum so it could get into the air handler return. So that answers the question, what is Plenum Return? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for taking a time out with us.